Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It's Saturday, September 28th. Welcome. I just discovered that if you clean off the lens, you get a better picture. I know, right? Who would have guessed? It's been a couple of weeks since I've been here again, just pushing through. At this point, just pushing through. I have done some stitching, probably not enough to brag about, and I've been doing some other crafting. I got a whole big mess going back here. I've got stuff everywhere. And the truth of the matter is, not a bit of it is finished, because with everything, I get so far and realize I'm missing something. And I don't have time to go to the store right now. So everything sits half done, 3/4 done, whatever. Whatever. I also don't have time to fret about it. So there you go. So let's see. These last 2 weeks, I have worked on this stocking, which will be Abigail's stocking, which is a dimensions kit I've had forever. I worked on the snowman's head. I really should put his face on there, but that's it. That's all I did. I worked on it once for maybe 30 minutes. Maybe. I worked on this, another dimensions. And to be quite honest, I have no idea what I've done since the last time I showed it. I really don't. I'm aware that I've done this because my needle and thread are still there. The top of this birdhouse down here. I think maybe I've come down here with stuff and maybe done some back stitching, but I'm not even kidding. I have no idea. I know, y'all. Welcome to my world. I've worked on the flower tree. Once again, it's in general pointless to show this because I know, right? Wow, Taryn, that's fantastic. I know, because I just worked on it the other day. And again, the thread's hanging there. This flower here is what I've done. So, some of this stuff, I have to actually look at the picture to see what it is. Because, like, the tree trunk and branches, I'm switching out with this brown. The kit comes with and is charted for that to be black, like the inside of this flower and everything. But like this right here is a bird. Well, I want the bird to be black. It's right here. So look at that flower. Clearly that is not black, even though that's what the kit has it charted as. And clearly that bird is. Now, I don't have the brain cells to be having to think this through. Really, I don't. I have worked on, oops, I have thread in there, I'll drop it. Oh, not the pattern, not the pattern. Out of this Peanuts All Year, yeah. I'm working on Woodstock. I have put in some more work on Woodstock, and I feel a finish coming on. I do. If I didn't have to work, I could get it done. I'd really like to get it done this month. I don't think I finished anything this month, so I'd really like to at least get one thing done. I have a little bit more of this outside orange to come around here, and I did come in here and do a little bit of the back stitching over there. The back stitching isn't too terrible out on here, but I've got this other wing to do, which is nightmare inducing. So, I really would like to get that done, but I'm running out of days in September. I worked on Wyatt's stocking. Good gravy. I have a mistake in here, and I have no idea where it is. I'll open it the whole way. It is because I'm off in here. So, since most of that is, I'm going to get this, it's like holly berries right in here. I'm going to get those in, and I think I'm going to come over here and make sure I have Santa's face in the right place. And then the rest of this, I'm going to fudge it until I get back on track, because it's going to be the bag shadowing and like Santa's beard. So I think that hopefully if I get his face right, I don't want his face to be messed up, and I can get the flower right, then maybe I can get fudge and the stuff that doesn't matter as much. I guess that's what it boils down to. I was working on it this morning, and it's trying my patience. And a lot of y'all have told me to give it up, to UFO it. And I respect that idea. I do. The unfortunate thing is, you don't know the limits of my stubbornness, because that is all that is making me work on this right now, is that I'm too stubborn to let it win. Which has been the theme on some other things, and I pushed through them eventually, but if I just got rid of it, it would haunt me forever, because I would have let it defeat me. So yeah, it's not right. It's not right. I worked just a little bit on this ornament. This is a kit from forever ago. I think I've put in the arms and feet. The arm has a little shadow. It looks like it has a line down it. There really isn't all that much to go on here. Down here is not filled in full. It's just lines where that is. Hopefully, I really need to finish it this month. I really would love to finish one of them a month, and not be behind next year on their ornaments. These are their 28, what year are we in? 2019 ornaments. I still haven't found the cookie cutters to FFO the 2018 ornaments. I suck at this, y'all. I was doing good, getting things more organized out here, and then I started doing these other crafts, and that's just gone to hell in a handbasket. I'm telling you right now. This was my new start for last week. I Bent Crate, Thankful Owls. Y'all, I'm kind of obsessed. Because look at this. This is my needle minder. After I put those legs in, I couldn't stand it. I had to put the needle minder on it, because I need to do stupid things like that to make me happy. But seriously, this is so quick to stitch. So I'm hoping I can get this stitched before Thanksgiving. I think I can do that. Whether I will FFO it, we all know that's a completely different story. That has nothing to do with getting the other part done in a timely manner. This was this week's new start. It's a kit. I have no idea where I got it. I hope you're ready for this, Shelley. Right? I mean, unfortunately, you can't see. There are actually white stitches in there too, so I did stitch just more than what's showing up here. But yeah, that's amazing. And it's because I was obsessed with working on this one. So, anyway, you know, and that's the thing. I want so desperately to get Woodstock finished, but I'm obsessed with that one. And now it doesn't have that much more to go to be finished. So the struggle is real, people. I'm telling you. Let me look. That's all the stitching I've done. Like I said, it hasn't been much for a 2-week period. Oh wait, that's not true. I think I did work on this. I mean, it's pretty amazing too. My Solitude by Mystic Stitch. I got threads everywhere. There you go. I did this up here. So, I had sorta have it gridded. We'll see what I decide to do for the rest of it. I like the gridding, but I hate doing it. And the way I'm stitching it is kind of sort of cross-country. I pick a thread color and then pull off a length of it, and I do whatever is in that area instead of doing it by just like the column or whatever. So that's why it looks like that. But in that one, because my goal next year is 7 squares a month, I really feel like I need to be stitching on it. I want to be stitching on it, actually, also, because I would love to be able to get as far ahead as possible. Again, I'm telling you, this struggle is real. What else? Okay, I think maybe that's really everything I stitched. I did this. I'm looking for something to hold up against it that would just be plain. I made a needle minder because it was a pin. I had to cut the back off of it, but I have another one in gold too because, you know, TV, yes. How cute is that, right? I think it's freaking adorable. I may be a little biased, but there you go. Oh, I did this too. This was a Save the Stitch piece. Somebody had it, I don't know if it was on eBay or Listia or what. This little stitch that they had pieced, and this little piece they had stitched, and nobody had bid on it, and so I bid on it and won it. I hated for it to go by without any bids. And I decided to FFO it into a little pillow, and you would have thought I'd never sewn a day in my life. Because at first I put it so that when I turned the pillow inside out, it was on backwards. So I had to take it all out. And in doing that, I messed up enough of the Ada that I had to come in really, really close. And now it's crooked in here and whatever. I decided I don't care. And then I was like, oh my God, I have the perfect backing fabric, which is this. Oh my God, isn't that perfect? Except for this is a reindeer and this is a moose. They are not the same animals. But in my infinite wisdom, yeah, I didn't figure that out until after I put it all together. Yes. And this is, God, what do you call that? Whatever. I dyed it myself. It's that fuzzy chenille trim that I dyed myself. It's kind of a mossy, muted green kind of color. But it does match pretty good with the green in here. With the Christmas moose to go with the not a Christmas moose. So, I wanted to comment on this. This was a kit. Because these are the colors in the kit. I think there's 27 of them, right? This is not the organizing card they sent with the kit, because there's like dark gray, medium dark gray, gray, medium light gray, light gray. It's ridiculous. But this is the card they sent. 27 colors in this kit, and they sent this card. Seriously? Come on, people. Fortunately, I had this from something else. I don't even know. It was from another kit, and I finished, and as you can see, I don't write it on here. So it was just sitting there, so I decided to use it for this. And like when it says medium dark gray, I go, dark gray, medium dark gray, or very dark gray, medium dark gray, however it is. I just count down since I have them in order, that they're in order on the list. What else? Let's see. Thank you, everyone who, for the well wishes for the dog. Let's see. She had hurt herself in her kennel because she sleeps on her back, and she is a Rottweiler. Like I've said before, all of our dogs are shelter dogs, and so she's not, the most well-bred animal out there. And she has hip dysplasia already. She's actually about 10 years old, as close as we can guess. And she kind of hurt herself more trying to get up on our slippery floors than she had been. And so we gave her some pain meds to get her to kind of just chill for at least a day and let things not be so irritated. In the meantime, she had a stroke. She didn't move at all for 2 days. That was a week ago on Tuesday, maybe Tuesday. Because I think, she didn't move on Tuesday or Wednesday. And there's really nothing they do for a dog that has a stroke. You just get to wait it out. So she is laying in the middle of the floor in the kitchen, dining room, family room area. I don't know. I had her on an area rug so that it wouldn't be just the hard floor, except for she keeps scooting off the puppy pads, which obviously she is moving a little bit, and has gone to the bathroom on it until we can't get it clean anymore, so I threw it away. Anyway, I invest heavily in puppy pads because the sales are out of this world right now. I'm going to tell you that. We gave her, for the first several days, baby food to eat and water. And she's been eating and drinking all along, which is a really good sign. The first day that she started to make some improvement, we're talking tiny, tiny baby steps. The first day the improvement was that you could tell an awareness in her eyes. She will lift her head up now. She'll kind of lift her shoulders up off the ground. She'll move her front feet and she scoots around. One leg in the front moves better than the other. Yesterday is the first time that there's been any movement in her back legs. She lifted one up when I was cleaning her off, because we have to, when she goes on the puppy pad, half the time she keeps moving off of them, so she gets it all over her too. So we've got to, every time we've got to clean her up too. And she actually lifted her back leg, only about that much, but for over a week she hadn't moved it at all. So it's a good sign. But this is going to be a really, really, really long, slow process. From what I've read, 6 to 8 weeks probably. But we're doing what we can. Abigail's texting me right now asking me how her dog is. Abigail was going to come home on Monday to see her dog, and she stopped just outside of Houston to get gas, and her car wouldn't start again. So we called AAA because that's what we pay for it for. They came out and got it started, but there's something wrong with the battery connection. And he told her, you need to go get this fixed right now, someplace local. Well, she wasn't in an area she's used to or knows anything about. She was on the west side of Houston in Katy. And I didn't want her driving around in an area she doesn't know looking for a mechanic, a young girl by herself. And I told her, no, just call AAA back and have them come tow the car back to Dax's parents' house. Which she did. The tow truck showed up somewhere around 6, 7 hours later. It was an ordeal. They kept putting it off and putting it off. And so she finally got back. The problem has been fixed. But it was a whole stressful ordeal. It's stressful when your child is stranded and there isn't anything you can do about it because they're hours away. So that's all good. That's all good. Her dad was like, Dax was like, I didn't know the car was running. She could have driven back in that time. And it's like, yeah, well, she's in a parking lot, someplace safe. I want her there and not breaking down on the side of the highway in Houston. No, I'm sorry. I don't want her driving anywhere. So anyway, it's easy to forget sometimes, since we don't live there anymore, that it's not a good idea maybe to put yourself in a stressful, worse situation, whatever. I ordered a couple of patterns. I'm trying to think of everything that's happened. Mostly work, but you don't care about that. I ordered a couple of patterns off of My Bobbin, but I haven't. I downloaded them. They're PDFs, obviously, but I haven't printed them out. I meant to yesterday because I knew I was going to try to squeeze in my video today, and obviously it didn't happen. I'm looking outside. It's supposed to storm today, which, fingers crossed, it has gotten to where usually when it rains I get a horrible sinus headache. So let's hope for not one today. I don't want it. I'm going to go clean up the dog again before I leave and then head into the office. My house is a hot mess right now, but I don't have time. Like last night, it was after 10 when I got home. Yeah, I guess I could be cleaning it right now instead of doing this, but there's still people asleep in there. And I do try to, with concrete floors, everything's loud. So I do try to be a little bit respectful. That makes it difficult, I guess. Anyway, I guess that's really updates. Again, thank you all for your good wishes for the dog. Please continue them. For those of you keeping track at home, we have 4 dogs, the smallest of which is a husky mix. She's about 40 pounds. I don't know what she's mixed with, but it was something obviously smaller, but hyper, because she is a hyper dog. She's just like, ah. But if you're keeping track, we have one dog with dementia and now another one that's had a stroke. So maybe say prayers for the two who aren't doing that. The Husky Mix is one of them, Cuddles, that is doing fine. The other one that's doing fine, just aging, is Rascal, who is a pit bull. And all of our dogs really, as best we can tell, are about the same age. All around 10 years old. For large breed dogs, that's old. That's pushing the upper limit of their expected age range. So, I don't want to deal with this stuff, but it's the commitment you make when you get a pet. So, anyway, there's that, I guess. I don't know. It's exhausting. That's what it is. My morning routine, I get up in the morning. First things first, I put on the coffee because that is the most important in the morning. Then I feed the cats because they are trying to kill me in the mornings if I don't feed them. Walking behind me, between my legs, standing on my feet, whatever. And then I generally clean up whatever havoc Bartholomew has wreaked during the night, because he's wild. He's just insane. And now I have added to it cleaning up the dog and cleaning up after the dog and getting her all set again. But I can promise you that in the amount of time I've been out here, when I go back in, I'll have to do the whole thing with the dog again. So we've been rolling her from side to side because I don't want her to get bed sores. But I think her shoulder, one of her shoulders, is bothering her from pushing on her legs when we roll her over. So yesterday we just kind of left her however she wanted to be. She will roll over on her own, so when she does, we run over there and clean her up. Kirsten has been a godsend in all of this because she takes care of her while we're at the office, and that just relieves a little bit of stress. It really, really does. So, like I said, continued prayers. I could go on and on and on, but I won't. Let me see. I'll show you this that I've made. Once again, it's not done. Oh, here, look. I made my shirt years ago. It is reverse applique. The bird is fabric sewn on underneath, and then so is the center of the flowers. They actually have beads on them, but it's hard to tell. And then this is all just embroidery around them. I think the flower design actually came out of a coloring book that I just traced to stitch, and I think the bird did too, but I wouldn't swear. Coloring books are great for applique stuff, and also for people who punch needle. If you're looking for designs that aren't super intricate, which nowadays though they have the adult coloring books, you could probably get a really intricate design. But coloring books are great for, like I said, punch needle patterns and embroidery stuff, applique, especially kids' coloring books for applique because it's bigger stuff, and if you're a beginner, that's just awesome. Anyway, like I said, it's not finished because I haven't finished anything, but I made this. This is from, it's the same sign from Dollar Tree 2 times. This looks like this, but I cut this part off of it right here. I watched somebody else's tutorial. I'll link it below if you want to watch it and how to do it. This is also, it's a Halloween thing from Dollar Tree that I painted over. It probably needs to be antiqued or aged a little bit so it'll look more like that. And there's some other detail that I want to put on here, but I'm going to put flowers in there. But how cute is that, right? Dollar Tree stuff. I mean, seriously. So, like I said, not finished, along with everything else. So, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your kind words. I'm so sorry I haven't replied to your comments. I always have good intentions, and then life just complicates it. Mom and Dad, say hi. Welcome to the new subscribers. I hope you enjoy it here, and I hope you'll stick around. And really, I'm just going to keep rambling. Thank you all. I appreciate you more than you know. And I hope y'all have a great week. We'll see you here next time. Bye, y'all.